All right, y'all. So let's break it down. So this is the scarcity mindset part 2. Scarcity mindset is the new slavery part 2 for the Patreon. Okay. So let's break this down. So I was giving y'all an example about what my mom said to me, but like, number one, realize that that is a form of manipulation, right? That is a form of manipulation. Now, people get so, oh my God, manipulation. Oh my God, they're trying to manipulate you. They're trying to manipulate you. Like, and it's like, yeah and no. It's nothing to be afraid of because it's never going to stop. Everybody thinks they know best, right? Everybody thinks they have an opinion. And when it comes to our love relationships, our partners, our families, and things like that, it's a love thing for people to think that, let me tell you what to do, or let me give you advice because this has worked for me. So it's just like what I'm doing for you guys. This has worked for me. So they want to give you advice. Now, when it turns into manipulation is when it is, when the judgment comes, where if I give you the advice and you don't really receive it, and now it turns into, oh, well, I mean, you can do what you want to do, but that's like you gotta pay attention to the trigger words. I mean, you can do what you want to do, but it's just, I mean, you could try that. Let me know how that goes. Stuff like that, trigger words. I would never tell you nothing like that. People that genuinely are trying to help you do what you feel is best for you will be like, okay, well, I could support you in that. You know, if that don't resonate with your spirit, or in so many words, you know, everybody's not going to speak like that, but, you know, if that doesn't work for you, you know what I'm saying? Just do what you feel. Do what you feel is best. You know, ultimately, you know, do what feels right for you. That is the type of, that is not manipulation. That is, I'm giving you my advice. Like, here, I give you my advice. I tell you what I feel about it, what has worked for me, what's my experience, because also, too, just telling somebody something, tell them your experience as well so they can get a deeper understanding, right? And then now, where this part where most people like to throw judgments and project things onto you and manipulate you at that part to tell you, oh, you should do it my way. Instead of doing that, it should be, oh, well, you know, but whatever you decide is going to be beneficial. Whatever you decide, I'm here, I'm supporting you, I have your back. Whatever you decide, I know it's going to work out for you because you're amazing. Whatever you decide, just let me know. We could work on it together, or whatever the case may be, right? So realize that within your relationships, number one. Realize that within your relationships, number one. And now I'm breaking all this down because this is where the mindset barriers and that bring you to this scarcity mindset, this is where it comes from. So we're breaking it. Oh, I just hit my lip. We're going to break it down all the way around to get to the heart of it. You feel me? But we can't miss nothing. So let's get into it. Now, that is something that is very prevalent in today's society, through social media, through all these apps. This is why I tell you guys all the time, when you get up, do not let the phone be the first thing that you do when you get up. Do not let your phone be the first thing you check. As we know, like I tell y'all, if you decide that you want to wake up at a certain time, all you have to do is tell your mind, I want to wake up at 7 o'clock. Wake me up at 7 o'clock. I want to wake up, and it may not work for you sometimes. Remember too, give yourself enough time to get proper rest, things like that. But it may not work the first time, second time, but keep doing it. I'm telling you, it's gonna work. And I know people that's worked the first time, so hey, try it out, okay? Don't think your mind, don't dumb yourself down. You're in control of this, okay? You're in control of this shit. You're in control of your shit, okay? But tell your mind, you know, move that phone. When you get up, sit up and maybe you just breathe. Light an incense, open a window, stretch, move around, play some music. Now that may involve getting the phone, so maybe you skip the music until you're ready to get on your phone. But even if you do play the music, don't get on your phone or play it on the TV and just kind of just vibe. I'm telling you, that's This is something that will change your whole dynamics of your day. And then after you've spent like maybe 30 minutes to an hour in this energy of what's my own frequency, what's my own vibration, where am I at with it? Maybe you meditate. Okay, I recommend spending 8 hours a day to yourself. A 1 hour, not broke up. 1 hour to yourself. You deserve it. You give everybody else 8, 10, 20, 11 hours. Like, why you can't just give yourself 1? Okay? Then, when you do that, now when you go to social media, when you go to these different apps and things, it won't be so much of an influence because you will know more so who you are. Even I recommend maybe even journaling in the morning. But you must know who you are at your core, at your soul's purpose, before you want to get on your phone, you want to do those things. Who am I? What do I want to do? What do I like? Now, also, too, like Abraham Hicks says, anything that you engage in or that you look at is a activation. So we're not going to just go ahead and meditate and do all that, starting our day correctly to go watch, what's that series on Netflix about that murderer? Like, we're not gonna do all that to go ahead and now I'm gonna go put this show on. That's not what I'm saying. Oh, start your day like this and you can do whatever you want to do. No, because that's a portal. And that is another form of manipulation. Think about all them scary movies, The Conjuring, people in the movie theaters having issues and all this type of stuff. Why are they having these issues about watching something? Because when you watch something, it is manipulating you. It is giving you a message. It's a portal. Now, I'm not going to say it's manipulating you, but it's trying to influence you. That's what I'm looking for. It's trying to influence you in some type of way. Now, when we're just watching things aimlessly, we're just putting things on, we think that, oh, well, I'm just want to watch this. This is just interesting. What in your spirit finds that interesting? Because if it's something that's not high vibrational, if it's something that's not, like, I don't even really watch TV. And if I do, most times it's cartoons with my child. And even some of those be like, I'm going to just put my headphones in. You feel me? Because what we ingest becomes what we output. Now imagine you watching that man murdering all them people or doing whatever he was doing. Like, I think he was raping people or raping men and stuff. Like, and then on top of that, they said it was a lot of black men. Why is it always the black people that gotta be taken advantage of? And now this is even more tea. Why is it that everything black associated is supposed to be negative connotation? Black male. Crow, black birds and stuff. Oh, that's a bad sign. Funerals, we wear black. Black they've tried to put down black, the color black, not just skin color, but the color black, period. They've tried to put it down in so many different ways. Now think about that. If they're trying to put this thing down in so many ways, it must be some power to this. Because you think people really don't like black people because of their skin color? Or they don't like black people because they have power? Oh, that's another video. I'm going to get into that. That's when we start to talk about, especially my women, that cosmic power that we have. And we start to talk about, does everybody have a soul? Is everybody, you know what I mean? Like, does everybody have a soul? Does everybody have a spirit? What is it? What's going on here? Okay, that's another video. But let's bring it back. Scarcity mindset is the new slavery. So if I'm watching this show about this man raping black men and doing these things to people, because I haven't watched this shit, so I'm just talking from, you know what I'm saying, what I've heard. And if we're watching this show, what do you think you're going to start to think about? Number one, it's going to put a fear in black men because, and this is like subconsciously, because your subconscious is watching it, whether you know it or not. Whether your conscious mind is registering it, your subconscious is filtering it up, eating it up. So What do you think your subconscious is gaining from that? Fear. And what in the first video on YouTube, fear is the #1 thing that's what they want to keep. Okay, so I don't want to get off track, but let's bring it in. So if they can manipulate you through what you watch and things like that, like even people think that, oh, you know, I don't want to do anything with the dead. I don't want to deal with stuff like that. Not realizing that anytime you read a book of somebody that's passed away, that's an energy portal. You're getting into their energy. That's working with the dead, whether you want to believe it or not. Anytime you watch a movie and somebody has passed, that's getting into that energy of someone that's dead. That's working with the dead. Even like, especially when I watch Marilyn Monroe, like Tupac, the energy from their shows and their videos are very much giving strong energy. Like you feel that. You feel who they were. Let me get some water in my stomach. You feel who they were. You feel the power. You feel the influence. Think about that in everything, whether you feel it or not, because it's all about how in tune you are. I remember I used to watch ID channel all day when I was in high school. Like, I would come home and watch that shit all the time. Why the fuck is you watching this shit? Like, I'm telling y'all, I used to stay Lifetime, ID channel, and now I can't even sit through an episode of that bullshit. I'm sorry if you like it, but for me, it's just very much a program. Like, and even just Snap, how they try to depict women, and it's just like, bro, like, this is some real bullshit. Like, it's some real bullshit. Stay woke, please. So anytime that you're intaking something, whether you want to believe it or not, if it's playing in the background, if it's just in your vicinity, this is why I tell y'all, look around. Look at your environment. Actually look at the things. Look at your body. Look at your fingers. Look at yourself. Because everything around you, you're intaking. Even when it comes to your body. That's why self-care, I tell you, is so important. Because if you're not giving self-care, you're already telling your subconscious mind, well, hey, I could just throw this on. I could just put this. No, self-care is important because it shows you how important you really are. It shows you how vital it is for other people to take care of you as well, because you're taking care of yourself. So why would I allow that from you? And I'm giving this to myself, and I'm taking care of myself. People don't understand the mental. It's about the mental aspect. People get caught up like, oh, that's selfish. Oh, that's being manipulated because they've taken something from a viewpoint, and now it's their viewpoint, and now they think it's selfish when who said? Why is it selfish to do for yourself? Think about that. And it is very vital that you feed yourself, your subconscious, the right things. That's why I tell you guys, don't watch too many readings. Watch 1 or 2 readings. Get off. If it's not aligning with your timeline, your story, this is another thing. Let me tell y'all, and I swear to, I'm not lying. I remember when I first realized about timelines, it's probably like when I really was just like, wow, like last year, the beginning of last year. I was in this timeline, and it was very low vibrating. It was just like, as in, I just wasn't believing in myself enough, you know what I mean? And I was watching these readings, and they was aligning with my timeline. And then I turned the readings off. I started to say affirmations. I started to boost myself up. I started to really feel it. I started to really change how I looked at myself. I get back on there the next day, all the readings is different. All the readings is saying different things. Like, oh, it was aligning with the energy that I started to buy into. Isn't that crazy? Literally. And then through the summer, I watched as I would look on there, and I would be in a high frequency, and then something would trigger me, or I would watch something, or I may watch a bad reading, and it would trigger my emotions to change how I thought about something. And I started panicking. I started getting in fear. And then I would go back on there, and everything would be in fear-based now. Everything's projecting that. And then I'll be like, you know what? Let me get myself together. This is crazy. There's no way all these readings just switch like that. Like, what's going on? Like, I didn't jump the timeline. I need to jump back into the high timeline. And I would pull myself out of that and realize, like, wow, the shift is serious. It's real. How you could just jump in between timelines. So understanding that too, the only thing that makes it seem not real is time. But what do we know about time? Time is not real. It does not exist. In the spiritual realm, time isn't real. It don't exist. I don't look at days. I do enough, you know, to keep up with my son in his school, but for me, I'm not looking at days. I'm not looking at time. I'm not looking at birthdays. I'm just living in my purpose. I'm enjoying my life. Time is something that is what... That is the spell right there. That is the manipulation. That's the biggest form of the manipulation right there, because when we talk about the time, I'm going to break that down on here as well, but when we talk about the time, not having enough time to do this, not having enough time to do that, that's scarcity. That's lack. We are abundant. Start saying, I have time expands for me. I have an abundance of time. Time is ever flowing in my life. I never feel like I'm running out of time. Things are always flowing for me. I have so much extra time. Literally changing that narrative and having the discipline to stick to it so that it can change you in your life. But you can't think about the time aspect, because that's a scarcity mindset of like, oh, well, okay, if I do this and do that, well, how long is it going to take? Or like clients will come to me. Okay, I want to change my life. I want to do this, but how long do you think it's going to take? Like a week or 2 weeks, or how many sessions? And you can't go into things thinking that. You go into things as in, time is not real. I'm changing my life. I'm changing my life, period. It's just that on that. It's no, oh, it's going to take this, it's going to take that. Because if you're thinking like that, you're not in the right mindset. That's a scarcity mindset. Now, and I say it's the new slavery because, I say scarcity is the new slavery because think about that. Think about that. If you feel like you don't have enough time, or you never feel like things are going to, you know, you just don't have enough time for anything, that's a bondage. Now you're binded to time. Instead of time being, you know, instead of time being opulent, instead of time being abundant for you, instead of time expanding and working in your favor, now you're a slave to the time. You don't want to be a slave to time. You want time to work in your favor. And that is not something that, it is literally a mindset shift. It's nothing to do with, oh, I need to do this and do this. If you feel like you need to do this, this, and that, and the third, of like getting things done to receive something, you're working in time. Get out of time. Get out of time. Get out of time. Get out of time. Stop looking at time. And I know it's not easy, because that's the whole thing. If it was easy, everybody would do it, right? That's the whole spell thing. Being able to devote and be dedicated to something and not look at time. A lot of people can't do that. That's why a lot of people are not rich or haven't manifested all these things in their life, because they're looking at time. So, number one, take that out of the aspect. Don't be manipulated. You watching the news, all that type of stuff, that's a manipulation. Yes, you can watch it, but not every day. Maybe you just go look online and see what's the important shit. Like, seriously. Like, I don't watch the news at all. Like, at all. Like, at all. I may ask somebody who watches the news, like, what's going on? Like, what's important? Or what, you know? But if you don't feel like you have a trusted source to do that, go look and read and see real quick. Like, okay, well, this is happening. Don't just sit there and watch that bullshit, okay? I'm just saying. Now, let's get into this fear mindset and this scarcity again. If people say they believe in the law of attraction, the law of assumption, there is no but. There is no but. There is no but. So number one, getting out of that scarcity mindset, there is no but. There is only. Like I did a post last night, and it was like, somebody posted, I want this, this, and that, but something starts to creep in. That's a belief system. Why you believe that that's creeping in? Who told you that? Who told you that? Why are you believing that? Why does that even exist? Eliminate it. Like, people don't realize that a lot of the things they believe in, a lot of things that exist in their reality is only because of how they grew up or what was told to them. What do you believe? This is why I say you must know who you are. Knowing who you are is very vital. Get out of what they believe and what do you believe. So I'm going to end this video, but realizing to take but, exactly I just said I'm going to end this video, but I got some more to say, okay? Taking but out of your vocabulary when it comes to, when you talk about the things that you want. When you're talking about something that you want, something that you want to manifest, there is no but. You are that bitch. You are that nigga. You are that king, that queen, that goddess, that god. You're creating. You are rich. You are abundant. You are prosperous. You've already made it. Who gonna tell you you're not? And if they tell you you're not, fuck them. Because that's how they think about themselves. And realize that too, though. Whenever somebody tries to put you down about whatever you believe in or whatever you're doing, that's because that's how they feel about themselves. And if you can really detach yourself, if you can't, that's a self-love thing. But detaching yourself is when it's vital in those moments to show, like, I know you're saying this, I know you're saying that, but I know who I am. That's where you can put the butt at. When other people have something to say about you or they have something to impose on you, yeah, that's cool. But, and state your affirmation. Especially when people speak over your life. Oh, you're not going to be this. That's fine that you feel that way. But I am. I am going to be this. I am going to be successful. I am going to be prosperous. All right, y'all.